Oh god. So yeah, we're dealing with that kind of movie where the CGI someone's eyes open because they refuse to open their eyes because the film is that bad. And let me tell you, Blade Trinity is what am I supposed to say about this film? It's bad. It's a funny bad, or literally every scene is not taken seriously at all. A film so bad that every shot of the lead actor is usually not the lead actor because they hated the film so much they refuse to be in the film for the most part. I'm not even joking about that.
Worst experience of my professional career.
That was the director of this film talking about how this is the worst movie he ever worked on. Worst movie he ever worked on. Worst experience. Terrible. What makes Blade 3 or Trinity, I have no idea why it's called Trinity, by the way. There's no Trinity from Matrix in this, whatever the fuck that. I don't even know what I'm saying. So instead of having a lot of Blade, we have a lot of Ryan Reynolds. One, lack of Blade. Is you can probably tell Wesley Snipes didn't want to make this film, but I guess he had a contract and he was making it anyway. For 90% of the film, the dialogue is coming out of his mouth. And the dialogue is, you look like a dick. I'm an asshole. My left butt cheek. You never got laid. It's awful. It's literally his worst performance ever. I haven't seen Green Lantern, but I'm guaranteed it's probably his worst performance. It's awful.
About that, Hedges. Have you ever been laid?
Was that funny? Because it wasn't funny to me. In context, it's even less funny. And yes, the character does opening narration and ending narration. Most likely because Wesley Snipes could not brought him into the recording studio to do narration. Oh, and there's also a woman that's always near about them, like it's kind of like a trilogy thing. Like we gotta have the woman. There's Blade. There's like Ryan Reynolds. Oh, we'll have a girl, and she does nothing. I'm not even joking. Like her character that she's the daughter of Whistler, who dies in this film again. Wow, I'm shocked he died again. And then she cries a little bit, but there's no connection really with her dad at all. They think it'd be a big deal, but it's not. And then she has no character. Oh, also the story's all over the place. At first, your typical Blade stuff. He's with his Whistler there, driving a truck for some reason, don't ask me why. And they're hunting down vampires like always. But the vampires actually set up a good trap for him. You see, one of them actually isn't a vampire, and they're doing this to make him look like he's a crazy criminal, because a lot of people think he already is. But Blade doesn't care, because Blade's personality in this film is nothing. He really just doesn't care. Later on they say he doesn't care about killing humans, but he literally kills this guy knowing that he's a full-blown human. Whatever. And he literally says, I don't give a shit. Yeah, this movie makes no fucking sense. Let's just say that. They do that just to recreate a scene from the first movie where there was like a kid involved, but this time it's a baby, and then he does this.
Gucci goo.
So he didn't want to open his eyes, but he was okay saying Gucci goo. Oh, okay. Priorities. And oh yeah, probably the worst thing about this movie is the villain. See this guy here, this generic looking dude? This is what he looks like in the comics. Yes, that's supposed to be Dracula. Here, Dracula is a bland guy, not even called Dracula. That's not his real name. It's just Drake, who wants to do something. Like, he's very important in this world because he's the first vampire. I mean, that's what usually most stories start with, but here he hates these people who are selling Dracula merchandise, I guess. And he looks goofy, and they try to make him scary, but he fails miserably. There's a scene where it tries to be like a horror film, where he's sneaking around, but he's not even dressed up, he's transformed into another character for no reason, because no one can even see what he looks like. He transforms into Whistler, who died already, so it makes no sense, and then he's trying to scare a random blind woman who can't even see him, so what's the fucking point? I've never seen a scene that tries to be so scary, but fails so miserably at it. Like, I didn't feel a single bit of tension. You weren't scared by his CGI face there? And later he looks like whatever fuck this is. Okay. Also, the plan is that the vampires want to revive him because he was dead, I guess. But he's not dead, because if he dies, all the vampires die, because that's the main plot of the movie. So I have no idea what the vampires are trying to do other than take more humans with Dracula's help. I do not understand their goal. And honestly, just reviving Dracula is more of a detriment to them, because apparently if they kill Dracula, they all die. That's just how it works, apparently. Oh yeah, all the vampires are dead, which means that, oh by the way, Blade, you might die. He's like, I don't care because I'm barely in this movie. Yeah, and that's about it. And then he dies. Then all the vampires die except for Ryan Reynolds, because I guess he turned back from being a... Yeah, that's confusing. So apparently Ryan Reynolds guy, who I don't even fucking know his name, with a shitty fucking beard, is like, he was a vampire, but then they turn him out of vampire so they can use him as help, because he was different as a vampire than he was as a human. Wouldn't that make him a daywalker like Blade then, maybe? I don't really know how that worked. And then for some reason they try to make it dramatic, like, oh, he's gonna die, which, like, if this is the finale, I guess that makes sense. I mean, what's he gonna do? The vampires are all fucking dead. And that's the end of a very wonky trilogy. If you want some advice, just stick with the original and never watch another one. Unless you don't watch, I don't know. So you want to see a better movie with, Blade with Ryan Reynolds, and watch Deadpool and Wolverine. Other than that, stick to the first Blade. Now, you may expect that Blade Trinity, or Blade 3, which is... Why just gonna call it Blade 3? I still don't understand the Trinity. Is it Trinity because it's similar to Trilogy? Like, it probably means something, but in this context, it makes no sense. Anyway, it's a lot higher than you might expect, because while it is dumb and incredibly stupid, it didn't really piss me off. More like, this is just a bad film. I was kind of like, ugh. You know, sometimes with bad, like, if someone else looks like a huge, bigger Blade fan, this is insulting. Or someone like me, who just thought the first Blade film was good, maybe I will be in the future a bigger Blade fan. But as it is, he's a cool character, but I'm not in love with the character. So for me, it wasn't like awful, not terrible enough to rake it lower. It's too goofy, but it's goofy in kind of mostly a funny way more than anything. Even though it is pretty terrible. I forgot to mention the interrogation scene where these cops, where they try to interrogate this like serial killer, basically. That's what they think. He only kills vampires, and this guy is very intimidating. And then they start cracking vampire jokes, like they keep going on, like, ooh, garlic, oh, is it gonna be, well, he's Jewish, and that's what they keep saying, shit like that. It's like, what the fuck am I watching this like the whole time? It's like, why is this so goofy? Yeah, that's another fucking thing that happens in this film. They try to frame. Yeah, I already said they try to frame him for like killing humans, and it like takes up like 10 minutes of screen time. And they completely forget about it. What was the point of that? The rest of the film is just fighting Dracula. Like, what the fuck? That's actually kind of not that bad a concept, but no, fuck you. That's why. Yeah, Blade Trinity, it's going lower now. It's going. You're going to the bottom of E tier just for that. I'll give it to those. Those Hulk films aren't very good, but it's just not like, it's not insulting. They're kind of boring. But it's kind of one of those things. Would you rather have a film that's just insulting and stupid, or a film that's boring as hell? I usually like stupid films. Sometimes they piss me off, like fucking Daredevil did. That pissed me off, but that's a different story. Anyway, speaking of Daredevil, I gotta do a fucking sequel. They made a pseudo-sequel to Daredevil called Elektra. I don't know why. I gotta watch it. I'm not very excited about it, but I'll see you then. Until next time, love you all to death. Why did I say that? I don't know any of you guys. But if you subscribe to me, then, you know what? You might get a little bit of love. But who knows? I'm rambling at this point. You guys, if you watch my videos, you probably, or this is your first video, then hey, welcome to the channel. You probably used to this guy rambling a lot, but that's what happens. Anyway, thank you for watching.